Warning, this podcast contains themes of extreme violence and murder. Subject matter may be offensive to some listeners. Discretion advised.
Welcome to another episode of Evil Transgression, your homicide headquarters here in podcasting. I'm Josh, and with me as always, Dustin and Rex.
What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
You guys ever watch that show Dexter?
Yes.
You like it?
Never seen it.
You're kidding.
I don't watch that.
Why not?
I don't know.
You really have never seen it?
No, I've never seen it.
I haven't watched like all the entire series, but I've seen a few episodes.
It's a good one. Serial killer that kills serial killers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How good is it?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
11.
11.
If you take out the final episode,
Uh-huh.
I think it's a 10. You
So-
factor in the final episode, it's about a 7.25.
So kind of like Sopranos.
Okay. 7 and a
I
quarter.
didn't like the last episode. The story behind the last episode is basically Showtime wanted to end the show a certain way, and the writers didn't want to end it that way, so they were like, we don't want to do it that way. They're like, it's our show, you're going to do it. And they're like, oh yeah? Here, take this crap episode.
It seems like HBO likes to do that with plenty of their shows. Game of Thrones, Sopranos.
Well, but Dexter was a Showtime show.
Oh, it was Showtime?
Yeah. But they are coming back out with a new season to finish it the right way.
On Showtime again?
Is it going to be the original people
Yeah.
or person?
Michael C. Hall. So the guy we're doing today
Yes.
is pretty similar to the Dexter. Right. First, we have to give credit where credit's due. Casey actually suggested this gentleman.
Oh, thank you.
So we're finally catching up with some of our requests.
Right.
A lot of people send in requests for us to do stories, and it just takes us forever because we're slow. But this is a good one. It is very Dexter-like in terms of, remember Robert Maudsley over in England?
Nope. The guy's under the jail?
Yeah, but he killed bad people.
Yeah, right.
Pretty similar here. Now, the first couple I'm kind of questioned, but then he gets on like a revenge tour. So
he's got a good heart.
he's got a heart. And there's a funny story that goes along with ours.
Oh, okay. Wow. Huh. Can't wait.
So buckle up, evil mob, as we discuss Pedro Rodriguez Filho. Pedro Rodriguez Filho was born on a farm in Santa Rita do Sapucaí, Brazil on June 17th, 1954. He was born with a damaged skull because basically his father liked to beat his mother.
Ooh.
And he actually had kicked her in the stomach while she was pregnant.
Wow.
I didn't know that could affect the baby.
What?
Like that. I'm saying
really?
damage. Like I'm saying put damage to the skull. I mean,
Yeah, they're soft.
I mean, for the
When
love
they're
of
in
God, buddy, he kicked her in the pregnant stomach here.
I mean, think about it, they got the huge soft spot for
those babies are so protected in there.
not that much.
If you take a double dragon, double drop kick to the gut, it's probably going to do some damage.
You're probably right.
I mean, it's amazing she didn't have a miscarriage or something, you know?
So, I mean, this guy's coming into the world with some issues already. Good old drop kick to the head will do it.
So what was it, like a big dent on his head, or
It was
or more brain damage?
just a damaged skull.
Yeah.
I don't think it was more of brain damage. It may have been. The guy went on to do some crazy stuff. But, Pedro Filho was also physically abused by his father during his childhood as well. So it wasn't just the mom taking the beatings. When Pedro Filho was 13 years old, he had his first interaction with possible murder when he tried to throw his older cousin into a sugarcane press.
What?
Yeah, they got into an argument, and he tried to throw him in a sugarcane press.
I mean, were they working or?
No, they were just out playing by the sugar canes, I guess. But he was unsuccessful in his attempt to kill his cousin.
Good thing.
So, yeah.
Man.
But the next year, when Pedro Filho was 14 years old, his father, who was a security guard at the local high school, was accused of stealing food from the kitchen and was fired. So Filho, in defense of his father, took his grandfather's shotgun and killed the vice mayor of Alfenas, who was the one who had fired his father.
Wow.
14 years old. A month later, he killed another guard at the school who he believed to be the real thief, the one that had got his father killed. So at 14 years old, he's already attempted murder of his cousin and killed 2 people.
Dang.
Maybe there is a little brain damage.
After killing the mayor and the guard, he fled to Sao Paulo to hide out. Now, keep in mind, he's still a young kid. And while he was there, he starts to burglarize the area and starts to take out the drug dealers in the area as well.
What?
So now he's killing drug dealers.
So now he's doing some good.
He's kind of doing good work here. I mean,
well, my only question is with the first 2, like,
right.
You know, maybe the guy did do the actual theft of the food from the kitchen, and the mayor was probably just doing his job by firing the guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got a report this guy stole food from the school, so he has to lose his job, and this guy has to be the one that's like, hey, you gotta go, buddy. And then his 14-year-old son shows up with a shotgun and takes you out.
I feel like he's too good to be on evil transgression.
Well,
You think so, huh?
it gets crazy.
I mean, I'm just surprised he actually stood up for his dad after his dad beating him and his mom.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, well, more on that here shortly.
Alrighty.
So he's in Sao Paulo taking out drug dealers, but as he's taking them out, now he has to deal with the rivals so that, you know, he doesn't end up getting in the middle of it as well. So, I mean, this kid's starting to rack up some bodies here. While in Sao Paulo, he met a woman named Maria Olympia, who would later become his fiancée. At some point in their relationship, she's brutally murdered by a group of gang members. Probably not the person that you want to kill. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
hey, we'll kill this lady who has a guy that has vengeance on his mind, who kills everybody who wrongs him.
I mean, and how old is he at this point?
This is all around like the age of 18.
Okay.
He's like, you know, racking up his count.
Yeah.
So Filho lays low for a little bit, and not too long after, the gang leaders are attending a wedding, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Filho busts in and brutally kills 7 people and injured 16 others.
What?
This dude busts into the wedding and does a massacre.
You got some balls.
It really does.
Yeah. He's, hey, bad dude. He's a bad dude. Months after that massacre, he discovered that the boyfriend of his favorite cousin had impregnated her, but refused to marry her.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
I Not when you're dealing with him, it's not.
Yeah, like when you find out that your girlfriend that you got pregnant is cousins with Pedro Filho, you should probably be like, I love you. Anything you need.
Let's go to court right now.
Yeah, let's go get married immediately.
I will never talk mean to you.
Ever. I will make you dinner every day. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
No.
So he gets his cousin pregnant and decides not to marry her. Filho finds out and shoots him. Shoots him dead.
I figured.
But back to somebody that you had asked about, his father. Okay. Now keep in mind, his body count's pretty high at this point. I mean, he's taken out quite a few people.
Oh, yeah.
But they've all been people that have wronged him and his people, his family. So Filho is actually serving time after these. You know, they finally catch him.
Oh, okay.
But keep in mind, we're in Brazil. Okay? We're in Brazil and things are crazy in Brazil. The laws, criminal justice.
Little different than up here.
It's a lot different. While he's locked up, he finds out his father had killed his mother and dismembered her with a machete.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. Reason being, check this out. His father's family didn't like his mom. And he had gotten a bonus from work. So they had told him that she had been cheating on him.
What?
Because during that time, it was like a giant slap in the face in Brazil for a woman, a wife to cheat on her husband. I mean, it's not a good thing today. Like,
right.
But back then it was like the ultimate disgrace.
Wow.
So they tell him that she's been cheating on him, which isn't true. So he leaves, goes home, and kills her. He chases Pedro's brothers out of the house, intended to kill them as well, but they got away.
Wow.
And they did all that so that they could get his money and his possessions.
Dang.
Yeah. So they lied and he killed her. So he gets put in prison as well. The problem is they put him in a jail where Filho has access to him. So he finds out he kills his mom. He gets put in the same prison as Pedro. Not good.
It's about to go down.
Pedro was actually allowed to attend his mother's funeral because the funeral was close to the prison, which is, again, insane. This guy's killed a ton of people. And they're like, we'll let you go to your mom's funeral, which is a good thing. I mean,
yeah.
Right.
But he's in handcuffs, standing over top of the casket, talking at his mother's funeral. They let him talk. And he vows vengeance for his mother's death, wearing handcuffs at his mother's funeral. Like, basically comes out like, hey, he's going to pay for this.
I mean, and did he say it to where everybody around could hear him?
Oh, yeah. He spoke at the funeral like, he's gonna pay for this.
Wow.
So, a couple days later, Filho gets in his father's cell and stabs him 22 times.
Ooh.
Stabs him to death 22 times. But that's not all he does. He cuts his father's heart out.
What?
And bites a piece of it. Like, takes a bite out of his heart.
So now it's getting a little crazy.
Yeah, takes a bite out of his heart, spits it out, and drops his heart on the body. Like, there you go.
Man.
Dang. Like, I let you slide. I kill people for you. You killed my mom. Now I'm gonna eat your heart.
I'm gonna kill you back.
Oh man.
Like, you've got to have some hate in your heart.
Oh yeah.
To eat someone else's heart. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bite your heart out.
Dang.
Brutal.
So, while he's in prison, you know, he continually kills people while in prison as well.
Yeah.
And things are not good for him. During his incarceration, he kills 47 different inmates.
Were they like drug dealers or just people that pissed him off?
They were all sorts.
Yeah.
They were all sorts. I mean, sometimes he killed them because of their past, like what they did to get in there, which in turn causes a lot of the people in prison to not like him because he's attacking other inmates who had pretty much the same past that they did.
Right.
But in one specific attack, Pedro Filho gets ambushed, but he ends up killing 3 of the attackers and injuring the other 2.
How's this dude always?
He's a bad dude.
He's always around a bunch of guys, but yet he always comes out ahead.
I know.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Hi, we're Eliza, Allison, and Carlin, and we're the hosts of Resolved Mysteries podcast. Our podcast follows the 80s and 90s television show Unsolved Mysteries, hosted by Robert Stack.
If you like true crime stuff, ghost stuff, alien stuff, this is your podcast.
We do in-depth research on all of the segments that Unsolved Mysteries aired and give you the latest updates on every case.
Resolved Mysteries podcast is available wherever you get your favorite pods. Join us, and perhaps you may be able to help
Solve a mystery.
But some of the inmates, they say, were chosen at random. Like one of his victims, who was a cellmate, was killed because he snored too loudly.
Oh, man.
Shit, I'd be dead.
So would I.
Tell me, I snore so loud.
Hey, Stacy actually has to wear earplugs because mine gets so bad sometimes. And then I have to wake her up in the morning because she can't hear an alarm clock or anything.
That's great.
Yeah.
So don't go to sleep around Pedro Filho.
Right.
Because he will kill you dead. But actually, the truth behind that, they say that's a rumor. And it was because the cellmate had actually crossed him. But the story was he got killed because he snored too much.
The snoring killing sounds a lot better.
It does. Like, have you ever been trying to go to sleep and somebody's snoring so loud? Like, don't get me wrong, I can snore like the best of them. There's no doubt about it. I'm like a snore king. But if you're trying to go to sleep and somebody's snoring, it's so aggravating. Like, just get ready to doze off and they rip off that chainsaw of a snore and you're like wide awake again. Like,
you know how you stop that?
Put a pillow over their head and just push it down.
No. You plug their nose, just their nose.
See, I keep telling her to do that.
Until they finally realize they're not breathing and they go, oh!
Yep.
And then you act like you're asleep. And then they stop snoring.
I'm pretty sure it's like attempted murder.
Well, she says I'm normally fine until as long as I'm on my side, but when I go on my back is when it becomes a problem. I'm like, well, then just push me or hit me. I know there's been a few times where I've kind of jerked in my sleep and hit her in the face. She turns around and punches me, and I still don't wake up. So
that'll teach you.
Yeah.
But so back to good old Pedro. He kills this guy because he snores, but a lot of his kills in prison are just for the thrill of killing another criminal. Like, it's just, he wants to kill, and these are bad people, so it's a thrill kill.
Yeah.
He described it as wonderful and satisfying. Filho was almost released from prison in 2003, but the release request was turned down because of his murders inside prison.
Well, I would hope you said it was, 40-something?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was just in prison, yeah.
Right.
I don't know how it could even be considered. You killed 40-some people inside prison.
Well, I mean, check this out. He was officially released on April 24th, 2007, but he was arrested again at his house on September 15th, 2011, and convicted of riot and false imprisonment. So they brought other charges to him 4 years later.
Just because?
I mean, they know this guy probably shouldn't be on the streets, but...
Well, hell no.
That's why they shouldn't have released him to begin with.
So he admitted that his only motivation to be released was the fact that he had a girlfriend out of prison. He was later sentenced to 128 years in prison for those charges.
Dang.
Yeah. However, due to Brazil's repealing of the decree that declares that diagnosed psychopaths can be held indefinitely, and the fact that Brazil's maximum prison sentence is 30 years.
What?
Filho was released in 2018.
Dang.
Unbelievable.
So Brazil does not have the death penalty.
No. Guess what Pedro Filho is doing now?
More murders?
No. Actually, he started a YouTube channel.
What?
Talking about his experiences.
Really?
Yeah, he's a crime commentator.
Are they in English?
No. He's from Brazil.
I gotta look this up.
There's some good interviews out there.
I can tell you what he's about to be doing here in about a week and a half. Looking for you.
No, I gave him his credit, what he did.
Yeah.
You're the snorer. I don't snore at all. But I mean, most cases, Pedro Filho targeted various kinds of criminals, finding them by looking them up by their names and addresses before brutally killing them in a variety of ways. Though he stated his favorite way to murder criminals was by stabbing or hacking them to death with blades.
Wow.
He was usually spurred to act after hearing a crime was committed. And in some instances, he would capture criminals, mostly, the bad, and torture them to death whenever he was motivated by anger instead of thrill.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah. But he was described by psychiatrists as, quote, the perfect psychopath. Though others preferred to classify him as a sociopath. I think he's pretty psychopathic.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Pedro Filho once claimed that his body count exceeded 100 victims.
Oh, I can believe it.
Though his claim was never confirmed by authorities.
I believe him.
Oh, yeah. If he got 40-something just in prison.
Right.
Well, he's claiming he had 100, but they only have 71 confirmed.
Oh, wow.
So he has 71 for sure. He's saying, look, I got 100. Don't sell me short.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is including the over 40 unnamed inmates, cellmates. He had some serial killers. That's the people at the wedding party. That's his own father. That's the man who impregnated his cousin.
Yeah, right.
You don't cross Pedro Rodriguez Filho.
Apparently not.
So if he's listening, we don't have no beef.
We come in peace.
We come in peace, and we would like to stay in one piece.
Yes, not in pieces.
Yeah, we stay in one piece. But I mean, can you argue with this guy? I mean, he killed a lot of bad people.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
And killing's bad. But he is claimed to have changed his ways now. So
good.
He's a crime commentary.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to look him up.
Yeah, look him up on YouTube.
There's some good interviews. A lot of it's subtitled. You gotta read it. Like I watched an interview where he's talking about the interaction with his father, where
the heart scene.
Yeah, and he's like, he told him. He even described standing up in front of the funeral and saying, "This, I'm going to take him out." Oh yeah,
right.
I mean, I'm going to take him out. Even my own father. But you think that he would have had a problem with his father before then, but he didn't really. I mean, that's what's crazy is, his dad was very abusive to his mom and to Pedro and Pedro's brothers.
Yeah.
When he took it too far and killed his mom over a lie too.
Right.
I mean, that's over. They lied to him to get his bonus. Like they wanted his money.
Whole family's crazy.
And then he ends up. They basically ended up costing him his father, his dad's life.
Yeah.
Because they crossed Pedro. So that is the crazy story of Pedro Rodriguez Filho, who is also known as Pedrinho Matador.
What's that mean?
Like Little Killer Pete.
Wow.
Yeah. Bad dude.
Yeah. His whole YouTube thing reminds me of, I think I watched a documentary where this dude used to be part of the whole Escobar club. Like he was his right-hand man. And I think now he has a YouTube channel and shows people how to fire guns and stuff. I can't remember his name, though.
I mean, is it insane for anybody else to realize that in Brazil you have a max sentence like, oh, even if you do 300 murders at one time,
yeah, you only get 30.
You're only gonna get 30 years.
That 30 years per charge, though.
No, it's 30 years, bro. Like you're gonna serve 30 years. We'll let you go because he got 128 years, and they was like,
I can't believe they let him out.
Oh, I know.
But
twice.
The majority of his killings were in prison. I mean, he did a lot outside, but when you got 47 inside the bars,
right?
It doesn't happen here in the good old U.S. of A.
No, because after probably 3, they put you somewhere where you were never around anybody else.
Oh yeah.
That or they're strapping you to a chair.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, look at our boy, Silverstein.
Thomas Silverstein.
Yep. He was put by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 35 years in solitary confinement.
And he only killed what? 2, 3 people?
I think it was 3.
Definitely wasn't 100.
He made a mistake of killing a guard.
That's true. That's true.
He was accused of one that he said he didn't do, which set up his first real kill.
Yeah.
Right.
Robert Maudsley, under the jail.
He's literally
under the jail. Now, that's in England, but he's legit under the jail. This dude's in the basement. When they say we're gonna put him under the jail, they literally put him under the jail. But hey, Pedro Rodriguez Filho got to do a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Living it up.
Yep.
What you got for me, Rex?
All right. Go to our Facebook page. Give us a like. If you have any comments, questions, ideas, you can email us at eviltransgression@gmail.com.
You can also go to eviltransgression.com and check out all of our links. And also go leave us reviews. We need reviews. They're kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm.
No one's leaving any. So
I mean, we've had a few. I don't think recently, but
yeah, we need those reviews. So let's get them. Apple. I don't even want to shout out Apple because I don't like them. But Apple, Stitcher, Podbean, Castbox. So.
Yeah, because right now the only ones we're getting, Dustin's making up fake names and then reviewing himself as the best part of the group.
That is something I can see you trying.
Whatever.
Crazy names. Kevin Carolson. I love your show. Dustin's my favorite. That's why he's getting all of those. It just made sense. It just now made sense. Right. Dustin's my favorite.
It's not my fault you two suck.
Thanks.
Or it is your fault because you're writing those reviews. I knew he didn't suck that bad.
Whatever.
Go to our eviltransgression.com webpage. Check it out. We have a new section of the faces of the evil mob. I don't know if you guys have checked that out yet.
I did.
Where we're starting to put up the pictures that are sent to us from the evil mob in your Evil Transgression gear.
Mm-hmm.
Be part of the revolution.
Yes.
Join our Patreon. We got some changes coming to it. It's going to be pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have some new T-shirt designs. Yeah. T-shirt designs.
Yeah, there you go.
That too.
Coming up real soon.
Maybe one day some hats.
I'm not even getting into that. I've begged. I call Dustin daily and beg him for hats.
I'm getting them.
Have you heard that before?
Oh, yeah.
You have to give me time. I'm trying to work and do this podcast.
Bro, I could have went and like made my own hats from materials of the earth and stitch them. Learn how to stitch and then stitch them with my own hands.
I'm trying.
Just gotta
give me a little bit of time.
I'm not believing that, and the people aren't believing that.
They are.
Oh, I hope the next review is Dustin's a liar.
Yes, please leave that review. Yes, leave that.
Whatever.
Keep wronging us on those hats, and I'm calling Pedro.
You work 3 days a week, and Rex, you work from home. So
I bet you'd get them hats if Pedro called. Like,
hey, if he did, I would. It had to be sent to everybody tomorrow.
You've been lying to me. I've been wanting this hat forever. Like Dustin's in charge of getting us some hats. Pedro, here's his address. Anything to be your friend. Definitely check it out. Send us some love. Tell your friends about it. Tell your people at church. Stand up and testify in the Lord's house that you love evil transgression.
Oh, you're going to hell.
It's probably
I'm totally going to hell for that.
Probably not the place to do it.
No.
You never know. They might love it.
Especially with all the cursing Dustin does on every episode.
Ever.
You hold the record for most curses
Yeah.
in evil transgression land.
Whatever.
You do.
Yeah.
Oh, good thing.
Me and Rex try to make this a family show.
Yep.
Good thing,
Family friendly.
Good thing this podcast isn't ran by anybody but us three, so I can say whatever the hell I want.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of these days, though, we might have a boss.
We're never going to have a boss. This is always going to be an independent ran show.
Time will tell.
If the money's right, see ya. Until next time, Evil Mob.
See ya.
See ya.
Peace.